We are many, those that live beyond the veil of darkness, where nightmares are born. Sanity knows no bounds. Madness thrives on the suffering of the dead, rotting the souls, heal the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals, in hope of harvesting on the innocence. Tread lightly in the search for the voices, the stories of the departed. For in the shadows hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of the spirits rule the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own inner demons, brings to life your deepest fears. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality? In the search for life after life, have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have, maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Constant song of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers hidden behind the veil. Shed off the blinders and open your mind's eye. Listen to the story. We are they, we are incarnate, paranormal.
And what is up, everybody? Happy Thursday to you. Yeah, I do apologize about no show yesterday. That was kind of a complete and total clusterfuck. Yeah, my damn messages won't go through. I don't know what to tell you. There we go. What's up, Sims? What's up, TM? Yeah, yesterday they about 10 in the morning. Boss is like, you want to go to Reno? It's like, give me the information. I got to go now. It's not on my side, Sims. It's on yours. Let me see if I can do that. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, it's. Let me see if I can crank this up a little ways without going there. There, that might be a little bit better. Phones, blend, level. My levels are up. My levels are way up. And yeah, I'm almost peaking in the red. Well, your ears, no worries. I can't crank it up much more than that. But yeah, shit, levels. Blend main phones level. Can't go much higher. But anyway, about 10 a.m., boss is like, "You want to go to Reno?" So I realize I've already been on shift 2 hours. It's a 7 to 8 hour drive, DOT hours. I better have the info like now. He's like, "Okay, let me see what I can do." 2 o'clock rolls around. It's like, "You do realize I can't go now?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, "I can go, but I'm gonna be pushing hours." Come on, Jack. Ow, you fucker. Oh, give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. Fucking cat was on my lap, jumped over and knocked over part of my desk. Oh. But anyways, let me get on over to this. There's Jack. Always goes off. I don't know why. I can't stop it. It's like he's like, let me see what I can do. It's like, yeah, I can't go now. It's like, you remember, you guys still got to get me a hotel. It's an 8 hour, 7 to 8 hour drive. It's gonna put me up there at 10 at night. Then I got to be off for 8 hours before I get back behind the wheel. So you figure get up there at minimum 10. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those stores open at 8 or 9. That's 2 hours waiting. That gives me exactly 8 to get back to Vegas. So 5 o'clock rolled around. It's like, we haven't heard nothing. Nothing we can do. It's like, I wouldn't worry about it. It's like, I'm not at this point. What's that? Is it? What is that? Oh shit! No wonder. Never mind. But it's basically, I was like, I figured they'd send me this morning. Roll into the office this morning. I get a text from my friend in Goldfield. You have to go through Goldfield to get to Reno. She's like, that trip to Reno you were talking about yesterday, you're not going to make it. The highway from Beatty, Nevada to Tonopah, Nevada was shut down. No TM, not snow. Just on the north side of Goldfield, there was a homicide on the highway. They had to call up homicide from Las Vegas. They shut down 135 miles of highway. The only exits to between that stretch are two ghost towns. They shut down the freaking highway. And I told the boss, I'm like, there's no way I could go right now if they wanted me to. Actually, they wanted me back this morning at 8 a.m. to drop off what I was picking up in Reno yesterday. No, not where this was at. I'm not standing on side of the highway to ghost hunt. Basically, what had happened was there's a tow truck company in Goldfield of a town of 200. It's a father and son business, nobody else. They did a early morning roadside service. Gave the guy gas because he ran out of gas. Why you don't fill up in Tonopah when you're coming back to Vegas, I don't know, because between Tonopah and Vegas, the only spot to stop for gas is Beatty. Then after that, it's Indian Springs. They gave him 5 gallons of gas, enough to go back up to Tonopah. The guy chased down the tow truck, crashed into it, then fired 17 rounds into the tow truck, killed the driver, injured his son, took off. They caught him on the south side of Goldfield coming back to Vegas. Yeah, and they did not reopen the highway until about 11:30 this morning. So if I would have left at 3 this morning to go to Reno, there's no way I could have gotten up there. I would have got up to Beatty and had to turn around and come back to Vegas. I told the boss, he's like, oh, Jesus. He goes, there would have been no way. It's like, no, I would have been stuck in Beatty until tomorrow. And the company would have had to pay for a hotel. It wasn't a hijack. No, they did a roadside service, left. I guess if you're in the middle of nowhere, Nevada, to get roadside service for fuel, they're going to charge you between $8 and $15 a gallon because there's no gas station for 50 or 60 miles. So they gave him gas, and evidently something went off in his head. He crashed into the tow truck, shot him, and took off with his own car. It wasn't a hijack. It was fucking road rage. So they fucking caught him. Okay. What's up, Nick? We're getting back into audio from the GoPro. 43 minutes in. Yeah. The tow truck, they gave him gas and then fucking shot him. They took off after him and shot him for it. Let me get this let me get some vocal enhancement in here. Otherwise, we're not going to hear it. That's cool, Nick. Basically, I got all this information before the news. I have friends that live in Goldfield, and they texted me and kept giving me updates. Oh, don't even go there, TM. Don't even go down that road, please. You're gonna, okay, fine. Every country has to ban cars because drunk drivers kill people. Cars kill people. Let's not get into that discussion in this channel. Because you'll honestly piss me off with that statement. No, you're not going to bring, don't bring that political gun bullshit into this channel. I'm a pro-gun American. I've been shooting since I was 4 years old. Let's not go down that road. That's not what this channel is about. I need a beer. And what's going on, Sims? How you been? A beer is good, especially after today. I needed it. I deserve a beer today. That's cool, Nick. Just be, like I said, be careful investigating your own house. Planning a dinner party for your birthday on the 26th. That's awesome. That's awesome. You're doing a dinner party. It's good to do adult things every now and then. It is good to do adult things. If you want to post it in Discord, go ahead, Nick. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, I like to dress up about once or twice a year just to get shock value out of people. Pareidolia, TM, I misspell pareidolia every single time I type it. That's one of those words that eludes me every single flippin' time. Yeah, Nick, drop it in Discord. Pareidolia? It's positively pareidolia. It's potentially positively pareidolia. Yes, Sims, I'll be honest, you haven't missed much. We're only up to 50 EVPs, and we're almost through the first GoPro. 4 recorders, 1 GoPro, 50 EVPs. We're not doing too hot. And for those, like I said, I did schedule the next investigation of the prison September 12th, 13th, and 14th. Friday the 13th. Yeah, boy. Friday the 13th. Yeah, that's dust. That's pareidolia, bud. That is dust. 100%. I'm telling you, it's dust. And I've never seen an actual orb that looks like a head. But yeah, it's I'll tell you 100% it's dust. I can even tell just by the texture. It's believe me, bud. I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but just by the texture alone. Hey, that's Susan. Oh, but you're welcome. You're welcome, bud. It's I said I've probably taken 300,000 pictures investigating, and believe me, it gets analyzing pictures is worse than analyzing audio, especially if you rapid fire the pictures and just okay, I got 60 pictures of the same frame to analyze. Bump, 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 shit. Yeah, you'd want to find nothing at your house. Most normal people, you don't want shit at your house. That's like almost taboo. It's like you never even bringing teams into your own home. As an investigator, even bringing teams in your own home is bad because you have to be there. And the spirits already know. So I am almost through that book, Silent Rage, about Carol Cole. Uh, the more I read that book, I'm down to the last about 60 pages. My God, that guy. I got some questions for this next investigation. I'm trying to come up with a list just for Carol Cole. It's like you really did all these things. Cops had him so many times on DUI charges, and all they had to do was investigate and see how many murders he was suspected of, and he would have been off the streets like 10, 12 years earlier. It's like he just fell through every fucking crack in the system. You know, you start reading about these convicts and murderers and what they did, and you're just, they said they called him the alcoholic cannibal. I think he only did that to one of his victims. The others he just killed and dumped their bodies. Yeah, he he said he carved up like one of his first victims just her butt cheek and ate it, and he didn't know it because he was hungover, and the rest he just strangled and dumped their frickin' bodies. It's like alcoholic cannibal. Can you call it for doing it just once? Eh. What's going on, David? How you doing tonight? I said I'm almost all the way through this book now, and it's like you want to feel sorry for him, but on the other hand, you're like, this fucking guy was sick. Definitely an alcoholic. Definitely guilty of murder. Many women. And it's like, but you sought help. And they kept, but he lied about, he lied to his therapist, constantly lied to his therapist. Like he was afraid they were going to judge him. And I'm reading this going, you started off telling them the truth. Then you lied to them. You knew you were there for help, but you turned a blind eye because you thought they'd judge you because of what your mother did to you. So you're like, you kind of did it to yourself? No, he's real. Carol Edward Cole. Executed, like, I think it was 1986. Now, he was one of the ones executed in Nevada State Prison. And I said, it's a fucked up story. In the beginning, you're like, his mother was guilty of this, and he kept going back to her to live with, mom and dad. He kept going to live with family. And it's like, you needed to stay away from that toxic bullshit. His father never stepped in. His father ignored it. Which led me to believe, like, even in the book, his father knew about his mother's extramarital affairs. It's like his father knew and did nothing. What do you mean? What year are we in? On Cole, it started back in the late 40s, early 50s. I'm all the way up to 83, I think. I'm all the way up to like 1983, right before he actually goes to prison for the last time. Because he was executed in like 85, 86. It in some of the instances in the book, as a man, you can almost relate to what he experiences in these bars. These drunk women in the bars. And it's like, huh, you can't not put yourself in his shoes. And that's how scary it is. Like all these freaking women who are married and just flat out cheating in the open. These drunk alcoholic women. And him, he was born in 30 something. He was 50. So I think he was like, he was in his 50s. 56, I think. So 56 ain't old. Executed in 85. He was born in 38, died in 85. So yeah. He was 47 when he was executed. He's my age when he was executed. But when he was executed, he looked like he was 60. So yeah, he was 47 years old. And you look at younger pictures of him. As a guy, I'll say it, he was a good-looking younger guy. And when he got put into prison and all the stress from life, he looked ragged. Like I said, I'm 47. I don't look 47. He looks like he's been beat by life over and over again. And he had been. 14 years younger than your dad. Yeah, and like I didn't realize. Well, he was a drifter though. He didn't hold down jobs very long. He committed check fraud, IRS fraud. He defrauded the government by saying he had 5 kids, which he'd get back like $1,000. And back in the 70s, that was a lot of money. And he'd just go on benders. I think his longest job was like 3 months. He went from town to town, went all over. He actually worked in Elko, Nevada at the commercial casino, which I actually investigated 3 months before I investigated Nevada State Prison for the first time. We actually investigated or analyzed commercial casino on this show. Okay, that's it of that one. I knew we weren't going to get anything else. No, I don't want to save them. All right, let's get that into there. Let's get part 5 loaded. Uh, yeah, he wanted all the bingo plate. He worked for charities, and the charities he worked for, he stole from. Uh, he'd go pick up like furniture and shit like that, and he'd fucking steal it. He'd take it home and only take like part of the donations back. The guy had problems. Compulsive liar, compulsive stealer, compulsive thief, should I say. It's the guy was messed up. There's no denying that. But if you guys should get the book, if you could find it and read it, you'll understand. Let's get some vocal enhancers in here. That's why I can't wait to get to the recorders we carried when we investigated, or at least the ones in execution. And this is only 40 minutes. Okay. Okay, we might not have anything in this. We might be good. I've seen stuff like that, Nick. That's not unheard of. What's up, Moose? How you doing, bud? Cheers. Well, my dad never believed in it. My mom does. My mom has seen stuff her whole life, too. She's told me she's seen stuff. We might be able to jump through this and get on to the next section of video. Which I think is going to be entirely possible right now. Yeah, there's nothing. Hard to believe this GoPro stayed on the entire investigation. All right, just us picking up the recorders. So the good news is, let me get this closed. We're going to start on the next video. I didn't think we were gonna. I didn't decide until the other day we were gonna just do videos back to back. Okay. GoPro 1 Night 1 used. Night 2 GoPro 1. In hold on. Let me make sure I get the right one here. GoPro Night 3 was an execution. Okay. GoPro 2 or Night 2 GoPro 1. Okay. This is in the original culinary. Recording. It's on. Another static.
No matter what, we're gonna get audio. So we're good there, and we are recording. GoPro being left in the original holder.
See how much dust is being kicked up. People are not allowed up here. Again, like I said, Susan let Deds and I go up here. Nobody else. They ended up letting, was it Brian Elizabeth with Cispro, I think, went up there for a few minutes. But yeah, they didn't want anybody else up there because the floor is not stable. So we're back onto another static camera. Just the age, the weather, lack of maintenance. So, yeah, it was a bug. You can feel the flex in the floor. Yes, TM, it's falling. It's sinking a little bit. It's up on the second floor. So it's not exactly, probably it wouldn't pass building code, that's for sure. What was that? Let me go back a little bit again. That's dust. Okay, it was dust. Never mind. Never mind. Once they start getting the funding, they want to start repairing all of it, but they can only do so much at a time because of the funding issues. Zach Bagans orbs, right? Now we're over in the mattress factory setting up. Like I said, the culinary on the other side was the original mattress factory. And also, again, the other part of it was, let me pause this. The air up in here is not the greatest. There's a lot of dead pigeons, a lot of dead bugs. You can still see from the mattress factory on the other side, there's a lot of cotton on the floor that's gotten moisture over the years, and the rat shit, the rat piss, the bird piss, the bird shit. So yeah, there's the air in there is very stale and very, very bad. We couldn't be in there more than 15 minutes without, getting a little bit of congestion. The air in there is horrid. Oh yeah, it's really randy. We saw 3 dead pigeons in there. So it's like, go at your own risk. It's like, you think I'm not going to risk it? You need a biscuit, because I'm going up there. I'll go knee deep in shit to go into a place if I know it's haunted. Just give me the freaking waiters and watch me go. So yeah, we just left. So now it's just going to be wind and maybe EVPs. Pigeon ghost orbs. Right, David? Where's Jasper the Crow at when you need him? Peter Parker and Piper. It was actually George and Wilbur. I will pet him and stroke him and name him George. Like this door that's over here on the right, that's where they used to bring the food in for the prisoners. On a lift. Because that door opens straight up into a second story drop off. Let me see if I can find this for you guys real quick, give you a better idea of where this is at. I can get one there for sure. Is that a good enough picture? Okay. I think this might be. Is that good enough? No, too far forward. Again. Actually, it's on the 3rd floor. If you see this staircase right here, right up here on the other side of this air conditioning unit, that's where, I think that's where Culinary is at. The original Culinary. Let me see if I can find better pictures for you guys. Trying to gauge it better. Yeah, that would be the best picture. Actually, it is on the 2nd. Right through this blue gate, it is the 2nd floor. This blue gate is where the original Culinary is at. Because I remember that door was heavier than shit. So you can see where the prison yard is. The original showers were over here on the left. So yeah, it's right through that blue door. And you'll see it once we get to the video. It's not on a slope. It just looks that way because you got the courtyard, then you got the lower level where the stairs are at to go up to Culinary. It's on a lower level of the yard. The stairs, not really. They're old metal stairs. It would take a hurricane to bring those suckers down. Even after all the years, from the 40s. So those stairs have been there for 70, 80 years. This is the original cafeteria before they put the new one in. This is the original Culinary. Oh shit, wrong one. Figure that's the original culinary, and this is. Do I have it? And this is the new culinary. This is the most haunted area in the prison. That's the new culinary, and that's the original. Oh yeah, the stairs are oxidized to shit. You'd need a sandblaster to go in and clean up those stairs. So they're sturdy though. But yeah, back to they're not gonna break. Like I said, it's gonna take an act of God to bring those stairs down. I got the camera off so we can just focus on the focus on the room instead of me. The chance of shadow figures in here is pretty high. Uh, so I'm hoping for the best. Doesn't mean we're gonna get anything, but yeah, I heard it. Okay, what's the time on this? 10 minute 45 seconds. We're gonna have to. Yeah, it sounds like Brent. That's not me. Why am I gonna yell my own name? Yeah, that sounds like it's yelling Brent. The only people in here on night one, or this is night two, the only people there this early were Tammy, Susan, myself, Deds, and his girlfriend. The other team hadn't arrived yet. We're gonna have to wait to see when we get to analyzing the audio. Right now, we're kind of just taking timestamps so we know what to look for. Go and look at the window at the far end. Okay, 30 seconds back. You mean the window right down here in the office? Where the office is at? Or the far side window or the right side window? Which window, Moose? On the right, the double pane window or the single pane? Oh, yeah, right there. All right, let's go. Let's go back a little bit again. We're going to go back 30 more seconds and let it play. No worries. No worries. Best to go back and check it. I said this is where it gets tough, guys. And this is where I admire a lot of these TV shows. They sit in the van watching 4 screens for 8 hours at a time. And it's just like, come on. And they do it for 4 or 5 nights in a row. I could not do this. Just watching the same freaking corridor. Check this one more time. Okay, I'm going to pause it. This office door, right where my cursor's at. Right where my cursor's at. I thought I saw something shift in there. I might be wrong. Might just be me blinking. And I think it was just me blinking. There's a quick little flash in there, but probably nothing. 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the weekend. Yeah, I can't sit in front of a monitor very long, not and watch the same thing. I've tried it. I can do it for maybe 2 hours. Beyond that, I can't. And trying to watch a wide field, because I've got a 34-inch ultra wide, and it's really hard to watch all of it. Hold on a second. Okay, it was nothing. I just want to see a shadow walk out. That's all. Moose, you and me both. As much audio, video as we've analyzed on this show, I just want to see one shadow walk out like 3 steps and just disappear. They shifted the screen between us because I can't send all screens to be too small. Yeah. When we did, when I first started, the second team I was with, we took a DVR system to Goldfield. We had eight monitors set up at different areas, and it was like you're sitting there, your eyes are just doing this, knowing as soon as you get back, you're gonna have to watch it because you can't watch every monitor at once. It was a pain in the ass. You're watching figure 8 15-inch monitors. It was like, my God. Now that the sun's starting to go down a little bit through these windows, shadows are going to be playing tricks on us. Freaking sucks. Camper had 4 cams and show 2 at a time, like cam 1, 2 the first hour, 3, 4 next hour. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, damn shadows called pareidolia. Environmental matrixing. That is the biggest culprit of debunking evidence is environmental matrixing and pareidolia. Environmental matrixing sucks. You really got to know your shit to be able to debunk it. So many teams are like, look what I got. Nope. You got the sun going through a tree on the 2nd floor. Congratulations. Good thing is, on the inside of the courtyard, there's no trees. Motion lamp turned on, all the spiders, and a mouse crawled out. A lot of teams do that, Nick. You'd be surprised. Oh my God, we got evidence. No. And I'll say it, let me pause this for a second. There's a lot of paranormal teams out there on social media that are about as toxic as you can get. And I'll say it again, they're freaking toxic. Why? Because you can't debunk any of their evidence without getting banned from their page. You don't know what you're talking about. I've been an investigator for 5 years. Click. It's like, okay, I'm going on to my second account. Come back on and be like, yeah, I've been an investigator for well over 10. You need to go back to school or stay at home on the porch because you're an idiot. Then I get banned again a few seconds later. It's like, and I love it. I love being banned from pages for debunking their trash. But then again, like I said, Most people think they're going to be the next Zach Bagans. They ain't. The tree trolled you. Nick, yeah, as I've brought up on here before, I had a team that went down into a dirt basement taking pictures with all the dirt kicking up. They said it was 1,000 orbs, 1,000 spirits of the people that died on the property. And you're going, you're not serious. They're like, yeah, the people died on this property. It's like you're on a dirt floor walking, moving, dust comes up, and you take pictures with a flash. That's all dirt. You don't know what you're talking about. Fine line to debunk their claims and wait to a better time. But you don't want fake evidence getting out there. You guys know how adamant I am about getting true, serious evidence. And it's like, when you see something like that, you want people to learn. You're not doing it just to debunk them. You're doing it to try to teach them a lesson. Not figuratively teach them a lesson to be an asshole, but teach them a lesson to be a better investigator. You know, you want people to go out and get evidence. Yeah. If you go into a location that I did and you can get evidence that I didn't, thank you. You just helped me on my next investigation. I'm not going to look down on you for it. I will never look down on a team for getting evidence that I don't. It's like, just learn. It's going to better you as an investigator down the road. IP ban, and they also ban people with that use VPN. Wow. That's shady shit there. That proves if you're banning people like that, you know you're shady. You know you're not serious. You're just doing it for the clicks. You're doing it for the likes. You're not doing it to be a serious investigator. And we were talking about this at work today. A lot of these people are just in it for the freaking fame. They're not in it for the science, the history, or anything. They're in it for the clicks, the likes, and the money. I'm obviously not in it for the money. I'm still doing it on Twitch. You know, I could go over to YouTube and probably get 10 times the audience live. But I'm not going to. I don't want to be famous. I just want to be known for the investigator to be the investigator that did the right thing and brought the evidence the best he could to those willing to listen. That's it. Make a few friends on the way. Because I had one person ban me for the fact I want advice how to make your streams better. And I'll be honest with you, Nick, I probably would do the same thing because it looks like you're going in trying to steal viewers. How can I make my stream better while they're on stream? It makes it look like you're searching for clicks. And that... Hold on. No. But yeah, it makes it look like you're trying to steal their viewers. Oh, this guy streams. Let me go check him out. So it was really nothing against you, Nick. Yeah, they made it on page control leader also said it can't talk about groups or places so people will not vandalize. Exactly. That's why a lot of these places I've been to, I won't tell you how to get there. And just flat out, I won't. It's being in the paranormal, unless you got a reputable name, you ask somebody, they're not going to tell you. Majority of people I know, shit, Brent, I'll tell you how to get there. I'll show you the back roads on how to get there. Nick, I'm not the best streamer anyway. Sometimes my stream sucks. I'm not going to deny it. I don't talk as much as I should sometimes. But then again, if I talk, we miss something. But watching a static camera, chances are we're not going to miss much. But then again, there's not a lot of people willing to sit and do what we do. I mean, I'll mention his name. I'm not Kalani. I'm not doing live investigations, like he does on Twitch. He's a funny fucking guy. I'll give him that. He's got great content. He's got really good content. But he's not analyzing. Not like this. He's playing the clips, putting the highlights in over the clips when he does the video. He does it, I hate saying it like this, he does it TV style, but he's got the personality for it. Kalani Ghost Hunter. He does a damn good job with his streams. In their opinion, I think he streamed better than me. Well, I appreciate that. TM, you should check him out. He's on Twitch and he's on YouTube. And he's on all the other social medias. Twitter, fucking TikTok, Instagram, you name it. But yeah, he's got the personality to take over some of these paranormal shows if he got the break. And I'd watch it, I ain't gonna lie. I'll watch him stream on here. He's an investigator and he's comic about it. So that's his little pitch. That's a little pitch for him. If anybody interested in more of the paranormal, check out him. When you want to come see evidence, come back to me. Oh, Nick, my first couple streams back when I was doing gaming were fucking horrendous. I mean, they were borderline crying. They were bad. I wasn't crying, but it'd make you want to cry. Because when I play games, I get hyper focused. I get hyper focused. He has paranormal on there. I don't know if he keeps it. You might want to try on YouTube too. Go back 20 seconds. I'll go back 30. Hold on a second, guys. Give me just a second. I'll be here.
Dear
fuck?
Winter.
Hold on. The fuck? Sorry about that, guys. He took a lot of his ghost hunting videos down. Wow. That's weird. Tez. Tez, we're analyzing paranormal evidence. Static camera from my investigation in Nevada State Prison. Basically, what we're doing is we're analyzing my evidence from my entire investigation. Audio, static cameras, you name it. We're currently in the original culinary of Nevada State Prison. What the remaining original culinary. I over September, what was it, 7th, 8th, and 9th of last year, I investigated, like I said, Nevada State Prison from 4:30 p.m. until 2 a.m. for 3 nights. So you figure 24 hours of investigating. 21 digital recorders, 5 GoPros. You do the math on the hours. I basically go to certain areas of the prison, turn on the recorder, say what night it is, say where I'm at. I set down the recorder and I leave it all night until I'm done. Same with the static GoPros or until they go dead. I carry a GoPro and a digital recorder with me, but most of the other gear is just static. I set it and forget it. So if I go into that area to investigate, not only will the GoPro and the digital recorder I'm carrying pick it up, so will the static recorder I left in that area. So it helps us better confirm the evidence when we find it. But the downside is, it's a pain in the ass. I'm not going to even sugarcoat that. We're on the 4th recorder. We finished 4 recorders, and we're on the 2nd GoPro on night 2, and we've only gotten 50 EVPs total out of everything so far. We still have 17 recorders to go, and 3 nights each. So figure 17 times 8, which would be 126. We have over 126 hours of audio to go over yet. So yeah, it's the downside is listening to nothing for hours, hoping to find the residual EVPs. 17 times 8, yes. We have 17 recorders left, plus Dead's 2, we still have a lot of video to go over. I can't even calculate that one. 136 hours of audio left to go over. I try to do more than an hour. I try to do between hour and hour and a half. That's why it takes almost a year to analyze it. But most paranormal shows, they're between an hour and hour and a half long anyway. It doesn't burn me out. Plus, when I get home from work, I still got shit to do. So, I need to do a marathon stream. Won't be this weekend. Maybe next weekend. I'll do like a 7 or 8 hour stream on a Saturday. But again, listening to audio for 8 hours is tough. It is really tough. But yeah, again, Tez, let me bring this up for you so you get a better idea. Uh, this is Nevada State Prison. I had many experiences from your low astral dark days. Cool. Yeah, that is Nevada State Prison. From the top buildings all the way down here. So you got 8 buildings up top plus all this. It's well over 1,000,000 square feet. And yeah, it's horrendous. It's a horrendous walk. Back to the video. Your astral days. So I take it you're into astral projection and all that? Yeah, it's on the outside of the prison on the hill. You kind of see it as you're coming in. That's been there since the 70s, I think. I'd have to go back to older pictures and see what I could find. Yeah, it's kind of sloped on the hill. So, like I said, this is the culinary that was around since the early 40s up until, I want to say, the 60s when they put the current culinary in. Which, like I said, Nevada State Prison, 1862 to 2012. 150 some years. And I think the coolest thing about all this is every once in a while, 1862, Nick. 1862. I'll have former prisoners of Nevada State Prison comment on my videos on YouTube. It was like, wow. It's like, yeah, that place is haunted. It closed in 2006. The last execution was in, I think, 2012. I think. My math might be a little off on that one. No, it was 1862 to 2006. I apologize. 1862 to 2006. Translated wrong, but I meant low energy using drug days. Okay. No worries, no worries. When I see astral, I think, yeah, 144 years. And again, that was the last person to be executed in Nevada State Prison, Mr. Daryl Mack. Yeah, I've got evidence from him, Carol Cole, David Blackwell, uh, shit. Why is his name not coming to me now? I'm drawing a fucking blank. I've gotten evidence from John Hancock, first execution, Nevada State Prison. Oh shit. Why did you shut down? I clicked the picture, not the video. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm getting it back. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why that happened, but it did. $18.55. Wow. I've gotten evidence from him, of course. That's Carol Cole, Edward Carol Cole, or Carol Edward Cole, sorry. This is what pretty much what the original prison looked like. Original prison wasn't very big until they added on to it. David? No, I'm not going to insult him. Hell no. Carol Cole is one spirit you don't mess with. Everybody that goes in and antagonizes him gets attacked. And I've been nice to him for 4 investigations. Every investigation I've been very respectful of the spirits there. No, this is the original culinary. Or should I say the second culinary. The original mess hall for the prisoners was torn down in the 20s. This is basically where they had lunch from, I think, the 30s or the 40s up into the 60s. This is actually up on the 2nd floor. But again, there were murders in here, so that's one of the only reasons I left a camera in here, is to see if we could catch any spiritual activity, any shadows, or anything like that. I have external mics hooked up to all my GoPros, as Eddie approved. I didn't bring an Eddie in here until later in the night. We have yet to get any shadows. I've taken cameras on every investigation of the prison, used it all 3 nights, and I have yet to get a shadow or an apparition. Susan has got pictures of him in execution. She has a full-on apparition in the execution chamber of Eddie. Evidently, his spirit, she's gotten EVPs. I don't have it, TM. I can see if I can get it for you. The Eddie meter is, I'll ask her to send it to me. Evidently, she's gotten EVPs of him saying he's afraid to leave the execution chamber because he's afraid he's going to be judged by God. Which, understandable, he murdered over 16 women. You know, of course he's going to be scared to be judged, so his spirit is stuck in the execution chamber. Or in the execution area, should I say. Which is frightening to say the least. You know, there's 2 spirits stuck in that area. David Blackwell and Carol Cole. Now, we've gotten David Blackwell on EVP. It was on my 2nd investigation of the prison, when we actually got the same EVP that Destination Fear got. Destination Fear got David Blackwell on an EVP, and the next time I was at the prison, I got the same thing. So I can confirm the TV show's evidence is being legitimate. When you know have some weather command in chat. One stream I found hell paradise but not heaven. To each his own. Pause this real quick. Would you think it'd help if you take someone with a low energy in there, or somebody that is attracted to spirits, or a Ouija? Ouijas are banned. You're not allowed to take a Ouija into the prison. And honestly, you're not allowed to bring a Ouija on any investigation I go on. That is a number one rule. No Ouijas allowed. Susan, as a docent of the prison, you'll hear me talk about her a lot. She's done so much for me as an investigator and as a friend. Her grandfather, Penrose, last name, forget his first name, was one of the wardens at the prison. So naturally, the spirits are attracted to her because of her grandfather's energy being around her. So the spirits at the prison are naturally attracted to that energy that Penrose brought to the prison, and she's doing the same thing. Because he tried doing so much to help the prisoners, they see that energy in her. Spirits in the prison tend to, and this is where it's going to get weird. Your first time at the prison, you're not going to get much evidence. You're not going to get much evidence. The second investigation is when you start getting evidence. Once the spirits recognize you and accept you, like being in real prison, you're not the new fish anymore, then they start communicating with you more. Nevada State Prison is one of the strangest investigations that I've ever been on. Most places that I've gone, the spirits are more than eager to talk to you. Not Nevada State Prison. You can go in with somebody who's been there many times, and the spirits might talk to you, but until you do 2, 3 plus visits, you're not going to get too much. My first investigation of the prison, with all the recorders I had, over 2 nights, I had 436 EVPs. My second investigation, I had 469 EVPs. My third investigation, I had 498 EVPs. This is my fourth investigation, and we're sitting on 50 currently, with a lot left to go over. Yeah, Nick, it's the spirits have to develop that trust with you. You're going into a prison, convicted criminals, convicted murderers, people that would stab you in the back for $5. So you've got to earn their trust, because they don't know if you're going in there for the wrong reasons. They're possibly still living in that same time bubble as when they were convicted there and stayed there. They're possibly trapped there. So that negative energy they're so used to seeing, they get somebody in there who's actually trying to befriend them and show them something better than they're used to. They recognize that, then they'll come out further and further and communicate with you more. Like I said, Nevada State Prison is a strange bird when it comes to investigating. You're either going to have the time of your life or the worst time of your life. There's no middle bridge. And Zach is never allowed back in there. It takes me a while to trust people. I've been burned too many freaking times. But I've the paranormal is about the only place where I've developed a lot of allies. A lot of people come forward and try to help me in this field. I have invites all over the world to investigate. All because I've done the right thing through the years. But anyways, guys, yeah, it is about that time. I didn't realize we're running a little late. That's okay. I had fun. Tez being new to the chat here, new to the channel, and coming in with the questions and the comments. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Welcome to the madness. Welcome to the mind-numbing madness that we deal with almost every night analyzing evidence. Because believe me, when we get recorders, when you're not watching video and you're just doing the recorders, watching that graph with nothing, it gets boring. And that's why I'm glad I have people in chat. They keep it active until we find evidence. Then we're following all over each other, trying to figure out what it says. And we have a blast doing it. Is that from Phasma with low energy? But anyways, guys, I thank you so much for being here tonight. Spending an hour and a half, finishing up audio, starting a new video. We are going to do all of night one GoPros before we get back to audio. I think we need a break from audio from all the dead recorders we've had, and at least this gives us some scenery to look at. Might be the same room, but it's better than the graph. Anyways, guys, have a great night. God bless, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks again, and see y'all later.